across South Street, 17th and South, I think, 17th and South, cop cars pull up on us, right? So we, you know, they asked the driver, which was Sad, you know, who was a very responsible young man, and you know, he the one had the baby on the way, Princess, and you know, he pulls him up against the wall, you know, tell him to get up against the wall. So, you know, I'm just watching this stuff, you know. And plus, this was my blonde hair days, and you know, and I really thought that, you know, this was during that time that I believed in wearing the red, white, and blue come May. And whatever combination of red, white, and blue there was to have, I would have it from May to Labor Day. Whether it was white pants and a white top, some blue hair, you know, that's how it was, right? And truly believe that, you know, this system was a good system. And, you know, you had to stay away from Panthers and Muslims and, you know, all them troublemakers and stuff, because, you know, we got to make this world right for our kids and keep them away from there. We were getting funding from Earl Van and Rizzo. Some of y'all are too young to know Rizzo, okay? You're too young to know Rizzo. It's just like saying Dracula. I was thinking, because coming from my background, that, you know, these people are lying, and you know, because why would? And you know, they would say, you know, this guy got shot for no reason, other bullshit. And you know, people were saying, in the media saying, you know, why would they lie? And but here I am confronted with my first case of police brutality. And because when they threw Sab up against the wall, then dude was getting rough. And here come Miss America to the rescue. Excuse me, officer, what are you doing? That dude turned around and said, oh yeah, what's your badge number? You know, and I'm writing this down. Next thing I know, he done, bam, he done hit me, right? And my first response is always to hit back. You know, it's not the fear of them. And also, we get into it. Of course, he got the better side. My little wig was twisted on and stuff and all, you know. And next thing I know, I'm in jail. And you know, and I'm fingerprinted. And you know, and I'm accused of jumping this police officer and all the things, you know, and I'm saying, but not me, you know, not me. I didn't do that. I'm innocent, right? And I'm still not believing in the rest of y'all. I know what I didn't do, you know. And Mamie Nichols, and it's a whole group of people from South, from Point Breeze, all them, you know, came, you know, and they were saying, you know, well, look, we can really make something out of this case. And, you know, because of the work that we have been doing in the community and stuff, and that, you know, I hadn't did any wrong, and you know, was I real, and I did the ROR thing and the ARD thing, and so, you know, that got, you know, pushed to the side. But, you know, all these people were willing to come up and stand the grounds for me, and all I wanted to do was get back to my youth group, and, you know, I didn't want to hear no part of no, you know, all this other stuff. Just let me get back here. When we was on Pearl Street, and I remember Nita, and we moved over on Pearl Street, I remember Nita kept bringing this Tribune to me. And so she's, oh God, no. When I moved over on Pearl Street, before I moved over there, this brother took me over there to show me this house that he was going to work on for me. When we turned into Pearl Street, I had never seen nothing like this before in my life. Dude had hair coming out of here, hair coming out of here. These girls had muscles, and they was chopping wood and shit. And you know, the little kids, they had this little loincloths here, little red thing here, a little red thing here. And you know, when we turned the corner, they said, yo, slow down, can't you see his children? And I'm like, what the fuck? What have you brought me into, right? So he got down there, he said, that's some crazy people on the corner, that's moved. And you know, they always causing problems, so okay, we got some more of them Panther kind of people, you know, around. Right, so I said, you know, well, how long they gonna be here? He said, you know, well, this house that I got for you, and this is the house that their leader lived in. I did not know, John Africa, right? This is a house that he lived in, and Jerry buying a whole lot of them, you know, people got them out of that house, and they were all on the corner house, right? And we moved in there, and we used to have parties. This was during the time that I was smoking a lot of joint, and a lot of joints, and we couldn't do liquor, and we were smoking a lot of joints, and we would be seeing them on the corner, and Nita kept saying, girl, it's something, just something about them people. I said, I don't want to hear it. Whatever that man is telling them women that's talking about them women, that's on that scrub board, scrubbing them damn clothes, and don't know that this is 1970s. Where is your fucking washing machine? Where's your damn car? And I'm saying, you got all them dogs up there, come on, cats, dogs, the whole works and all, women, I'm telling them broads is carrying 5 gallon things of water. They would be passing them around like this, taking them off the truck, passing them around. And then, I'm saying, well, what's with dudes? And, they standing over there, they got the babies around them, right? And I was seeing they had the car wash. And they had cars from one side of 33rd Street on the other side of 33rd Street, and people were waiting to get these cars washed. And the media was saying their move didn't work. And I'm saying, yeah, them niggas on the corner don't even work. When, I'm saying, they will make you see what it is that they want you to see. You will see them outside sweeping all the time, scrubbing them clothes. They say they're the most filthiest, nastiest people. And some say, well, you see them in them damn wranglers and shit. The niggas don't even comb their hair. And, so I'm not going along with what I see. I'm going along with what I'm told. And then, that perception of, that if you wear a 3-piece suit, and that you're clean. And and if you wear some Wranglers and your hair not combed, you something else. Okay. And so and I used to see all these, we had birds around our house, a lot of birds singing all the time. And you would see see the move people, running dogs and all. I mean, some dogs was moving so fast. I'm saying, how the hell them niggas keep them feet going like that? And they had, I remember River Dog. When River Dog came out, when they was running them dogs, they would say, River, and and you knew to step back because River would take them down the street. Them brothers and sisters would be stretching their legs, and I'm looking at them damn muscles and shit. And I'm saying, what's wrong with them broads? That's not the way women are supposed to look. And let me tell you, with me, in my background, I was very, very sickly. Every year I would get like a touch of pneumonia, the pleurisy, and stayed in the hospital. I always had to go to a doctor to be. I couldn't bring the phlegm up out of me, and that came from diet and other stuff. Yeah. And and I'm standing there looking at them. In the summertime, in the wintertime, they might have like sleeveless shirts on. Out there, working and stuff, chopping wood and stuff, and I'm saying, them fools don't even have sense enough to know it's fucking cold outside. And, I would see the kids, running down the street, and they'd be singing this little song, if you want to eat, get up and move your feet. If you want to eat, get up and move your feet. And they clapping their hands, and they going down the street, and I'm standing there with a blanket around me at my damn door. I said, this is some disgusting shit. I said, those kids don't know it's cold outside. And I'm saying, and then I'm looking at some of the women, they got sweaters on. And and I couldn't understand, why do these women have sweaters on and these kids got these loincloths on, and they're saying that, if you want to eat, get up and move your feet, get some damn clothes on them kids, Right. So, I'm saying, not knowing that you're looking at health. And
is there extra seat for this lady?
My mama.
One right up front.
Yes.
There's one right here up front,
Okay.
This is the woman there. This is the woman right here, my mother. You're talking your hair to the side.
Hold that, fam. Hold that, fam.
I want a picture. I see these women with your blondes. You cool, baby? Have a seat.
Twins.
And my mom used to I had to laugh at my mom because she would say sometimes, I saw you on TV or somebody was passing by, they said you was out there cursing. Let me tell you one goddamn thing. You know, do all that motherfucking shit on you, that's my fight. That's my mom. Yeah, my mom's a fighter too. My mom's a fighter. I know one time we was coming from, was it Callahan's? And we walking down the street, and I didn't know this was Jeanette Knighton, and I didn't have think about being aware of what's around me other than some Panthers or some Muslims and stuff. We walking down the street coming from a restaurant, and my mom pushed me to the side. And she whipped out, and I saw her whip out with this knife, and she had, you know, what it was, some guys was attempting to rob us. And my mother's aware of things around us. She seen them when we were coming down the street. She saw them on the other side and saw them run, and she had told me to get on the other side. And at the point they was getting ready to come, she shoved me to the side. And my mom, look here, she ran them off. This is a surprise. This is really a surprise. Thank you.
You know everything.
No, some things. This was really great, and I'm just, you know, damn. Where was I at?
Running the dog.
Yeah, and but me, unhealthy, and you know, looking at health and not realizing what it is that I'm seeing. Then something was happening during that summer as well too. Get the rich off our back. And Nita again kept saying, Pam, and look at these signs up here, get the rich off our back. And I'm saying, well, you know, who's that? What does it mean? We never knew what it was until years later. That was people just like right now, and you know, the movement against, you know, that 1%, you know, back then it was called Get the Rich Off Our Back. So not only didn't give a damn about what was happening with the Panthers, that was just a conversation. Damn, let's get the rich off our back. We went on down the street smoking joint. And you know, May 20th of '77, you know, Nita used to constantly tell me about these articles that was in the Philadelphia Tribune that was written by John Africa, you know, and some was by Louise. And she could internalize, and she kept trying to tell me about these articles, and you know, about this man John Africa and these articles, and you know, she would read them to me, but I couldn't hear them. I really couldn't hear them. But May 20th, 1977, I'm sitting on my steps, and it was a group on the block called the 3 Ps, and Phyllis, Paul, and Paris, and you know, they was taping the birds. And because the birds sound so beautiful there, and I didn't know it's because we've always fed the birds, and also that's why we had a lot of birds always singing, you know, right there. So we sitting down there taping, and oh no, I got to go back to when he killed Janine's baby. Whew, still crazy, Jeanette Knighton. I was getting ready to go out to leave my house, going to a disco that night, and I happened to look out the block, and I could see cop cars coming this way, and it was coming this way, and I looked, I said, the people up on the corner and did some shit again. And because, you know, in between that time, and they were constantly in battle with the police, and you know, and then, you know, I remember them on the TV, they had this thing where they were demonstrating against the circus and the zoo and Puppy Palace, and I'm, you know, like, damn, the circus, the zoo, thank you, Puppy Palace, why would these people be demonstrating? I love Puppy Palace. I used to walk by there on Market Street and see the little puppies in the cage and see the birds, you know, and go in there and look at all the fish, you know, and the little tanks and stuff, swimming and stuff. You know, Puppy Palace, why? And, you know, then the zoo, I mean, you know, all of us kids love the zoo. And then, yeah, you know, I used to take my kids to the zoo all the time. I don't know how many people remember that jingle about the zoo, and you come there, something about they happy to see you, and, you know, blah, 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 you know. And I believed in that song, you know, come on, let's go to the zoo. And we didn't live that far from there. And then the circus, all kids love circuses and all, you know, I didn't get to see as many as I wanted coming up, but, you know, that was the thing. And these crazy-ass people on this corner, you know, want to destroy that. and watching TV, Merv Griffin, one of the MOVE members, they came out with Eddie and put a handcuff on Merv Griffin. And I'm like, that's my show. And wait a minute, that's the nuts on the corner. What the hell are they doing? Right. And what had happened, it was a orangutan, a monkey or something that they had, and they had sedated or did something to, and had him sitting there handcuffed the day before or something. And they were bringing a point. And of course, when you read it in the news, you never got the point. They said, move with his usual rhetoric. All you ever heard was, you move with his usual rhetoric, right? And and I never knew what the hell was a rhetoric, but it's that crazy shit that they do, right? So, May 20th of '77, we, sitting on the steps. You were there too that day. Yeah, we sitting on the steps, smoking wacky weed, and and yeah, Mom, smoking wacky weed. And look up, and I said, Nita. I said, one of the MOVE people just walked past and they had a rifle. And because they were walking like this and this, and you didn't really know, exactly. When she looked, she didn't see him, and the 3 Ps didn't see him. I said, I know what the hell I saw, and then all of a sudden, there they were. And we come up to the corner, and they're on this platform, walking back and forth with these weapons. For those who don't know about the MOVE confrontation in Philadelphia in 1977, tomorrow we'll have all those tapes available so that people, because it's a history you must know.
Right,
and,
right.
So, they're walking back and forth, and, me and Nita, we go to the corner, we sitting there watching what's going on. The whole group of us are left down there, we watching what was going on. Then they turned on the microphone. What got me, the cop cars. And so I said, oh, they're going to be here to arrest these fools in a minute, right? And so the cop cars was going by. They was driving, they were looking, it was like, and we was like cracking up, we laughing at this stuff that we seeing. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden they come on the bullhorn, and I did not believe the night that they came and they killed Janine's baby. And I didn't believe that a baby was killed, although I used to see Janine and the MOVE women and sitting on a corner from us, because I was back in that crazy day again. And look, it's 1977, why the hell them girls up there giving these babies, nursing them up there on the corner? They supposed to have a damn bottle. No washing machine, they scrubbing clothes, they are backwards. The kids don't even go to school. None of them, so how the hell are they going to ever make it, right? And this would be my conversation with people about MOVE, right? And also, they turned on this megaphone, and they started speaking, and people started coming out, and the cop cars are still going by real fast. So they started telling the story of what was actually going on with them. Of course, May 20, 77, cops on one side with guns, MOVE on the other side with guns. I couldn't hear Nita yesterday or the week before. Now all this stuff is going in my head, into my body, right? And it was a door that was open that never shut. And so here's Jeanette Knighton sitting there, and I'm hearing them talk about all the things that had happened to them, and then explaining about the zoo and about Puppy Palace and the circus. And they were saying that all of us people who say that we believe in freedom, and and they kept talking about mama. And well, who the hell is mama? Mama? No, we wasn't talking about my mama. We was talking about mama, the God of all things. And that birthed all things to be free, to live freely. And and their belief in life and all life, that the water, water isn't supposed to be pent up and trapped, dammed, and was supposed to flow. Then they start explaining about how, like with salmon, salmons flow upstream, right. When you block off that coordination, you cause a problem, because on this end, the polar bears or whatever is not eating. Right. And they was talking about the air and about pollution of the air. Could I give a damn about pollution of the air? And I got two chronic asthmatic children, and I should care about air, but I didn't know that that was one of the things that I should have cared about. And so they explained the necessity of getting the poison out of the air. They was talking about, how, legislation is, introduced, the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act, and explained to us that it was just that, an act, because if things were getting better, and when my children, Billy and Kevin, was asthmatics, I could go, and it was a few things that you can get, or either you got a doctor's prescription. Today, if you go to look for something for asthma, there's a roll here, there's a roll here, there's a roll here, and when you finish that, you can go over here, and then the doctor can prescribe some other stuff for you. And and I remember the coordinators, moved saying that day that pretty soon you'll be paying for air. You see it, and you pay for it, and the animals, they start explaining about why they was demonstrating about puppy palace. And and I'm like, yeah, I want to hear this one. Then they said, everybody out here got this killer mentality. And I said, no, the fuck, I don't, excuse me, I have to say it the way it was said. Okay? Right. Not me. Not me. I don't have no killer mentality. Anything that you don't understand, you want to kill. Just like your movies that come out. And anything that you don't understand, like when you go over to Africa, you don't understand it, you want to kill it. You want to contain it. You want to lock it up. And it's the same thing with the animals. And when you go in the puppy palace, you don't see a house, where there's beauty, where there's love, and it's an illusion. Because when you see those babies, we would sit and talk about how we were separated from our parents, and during the coming from Africa over here on slave ships and things. When they got you, they wanted to see how bright your eyes was, how strong your teeth was, and did you have muscles? Could you produce good? And they explain, what are you seeing when you look at Puppy Palace? You see a puppy in a window on mesh in the sun, with the sun glaring down. The majority of the time there was no water there. And that baby who should have been with his mother, cuddled and loved, is now there. And you're looking in the window to find, oh, ain't it cute? And I think I'll buy this one. No regards for the mother. Where's the father? Where's the rest of the children? No regards for the fact that this baby is in the sun, in glaring sun. Have you ever sat in a place where there was sun glaring down on you? Have you ever thirsted at that particular time? Did your skin burn? And can you imagine your baby being left like that? And there's no mother, well, we do imagine, because we came from that. And but that jail mentality, every form of life in there was being prostituted, was raped and taken away from its mother. No form of life belonged locked up. No form. And I'm looking, I had the cages with the fish, that killer mentality, because I would buy the fish, and and they look pretty, and oops, I forgot to feed them today, and oops, I overfed them, scoop the fish out the thing, throw it in the what you call them, go get some more, and had the fish that ate the other fish, go buy some, the madness that we're taught, the irresponsible, we're irresponsible when it comes to life. So, when Move was talking about that killer mentality, that's what they were talking about. Then when the zoo, okay, what's happening with the zoo, Move? And, we seen them demonstrating, against that. When the elephants and stuff was marching down the street, going down the street, we would see them, with those little sticks. I thought it was just to keep them in line. But everybody screamed and hollered when they tasered, what's that boy name? Their name. Can we all get along? Right. Yeah. When they tasered him, and but these elephants, they were tasing them as they went down the street. And it was explained to us that day, and I'm hearing all this stuff, and I'm gonna have to go back before I go there, because let me tell you how cold and unfeeling I was. When Attica happened, I remember looking at the paper and seeing the guards with the raincoats on and stuff, and they had killed all them brothers and they had no feeling. I was wondering, how many did you kill? You know, because they had to do something wrong. There was no reason in me that it could be any other way. How in the hell can everybody be watching this and it could be some rights and stuff? They killed them people because they had to kill them. That was my mentality. That was the mentality of a lot of people around us. And you know, so I'm sitting there and I'm watching this stuff. When Kent State happened, when that girl was, you know, the hands out like this here. Again, what did Now what did they do? They had to do something. You know, they wouldn't just kill white folks like that.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So I'm saying, and then I flipped the page and went on about my business. When they killed Janine's baby, 3-week-old Life Africa, I said I was leaving, going to a disco that night. And in the paper the following day and on the news, they said 3-week-old Life Africa was killed. I said, that's bullshit. They lying ass motherfuckers on that goddamn phone. They need to spend, why would, cops come in there and kill their baby? Why? They were all those cops. They had to be doing something there. Cops coming from this way, cops coming from that way. And they said that, because what the media said, they said that to get sympathy, and I was going right along with it. And on my block, where I lived at, right next to us was some communists. And, and there was a lady that lived across the street. She was my kind of woman because she was a redhead, and she was black, and I was black, but she was black. And had the red hair, and I had the blonde hair, and she wanted to be everything within the government, so she had to be my ace spoon boom. She told me that them people on the corner, and stay away from them. Like my daddy told me, stay away from them Panthers. And she said, they will get you in trouble. The white folks that lived next door to me was trying to tell me about communism and trying to tell me about how good of people these were on the corner and blah, blah, blah. I ain't listen to that. And but Nita always had that ear. She said, well, they said, I said, Nita, don't want to hear that. And but getting to May 20th, so I'm, we sitting there, and I'm hearing these things, and then I'm looking, the cops are coming in from all over. People getting off the bus, crowds had, gathered around, and MOVE was, was putting out all the information about the air, the water, and the soil, and talking about the murder of not only Janine's baby, but the murder of Lee Sing's baby, the murder of Alberta's baby, the beatings that MOVE men had taken, and actually, protesting for us about education at the Board of miseducation at the Board of Education, and they demonstrated like no other, and because when they came raw, and because they knew at this particular time, and for them like it is now for some of us 30-something years later, and we don't have nothing to compromise.
None.
They were already there. They had been through the school thing. They had been through the vote and go. God, yes, I was a voter. Yes, indeed. And I voted. And I didn't give a damn who I voted for, but I think they had that card to get around. I didn't know nothing about Democrat or Republican. Didn't mean anything to me. All I needed was that card. And because a lot of times you can get different places, and it was a form of ID.
Right.
When they started talking about, politicians and the things that they do, and the miseducation of people, not only the miseducation of black folks, but the miseducation of people all the way across the board.
Right.
And how we all are suicidal because we know what is right and we'll continue to do what is wrong. We continue to compromise air for the pollution in the air. We don't want to fight it. And we want to fight for anything other than what is the necessities of life. The food that comes out the ground. This is the things that MOVE was talking about, how they're polluting and destroying that. And the air, the water, and which it's a project down there from the city where the water was familiar and clean, they're turned into a nightmare that is disastrous. We can't drink the water.
55
and we keep hallucinating as we go to these health food stores and thinking that we're getting something, when we're not. But I'm hearing all this stuff for the first time, and it's just like internalizing, and then people are coming up to me, not talk up to me, but they're talking around me, and they're talking about the goodness of MOVE. And I'm like, what? What? I live on Pearl Street. They were on the corner here, my house sat right there. And you know, if you wanted to read anything favorable at that time, you pick up a Tribune, or you pick up whatever some of the black newspapers at that particular time. The Scoop, some had mixed articles and all, but I couldn't read them. She did, and not that I couldn't read. It was not my time. So we sitting there, and the neighbors was talking about how move, and when people gas was cut off, and they would make these stoves for them out of those galvanized tin cans, those cans, and fix that up, how they would be bringing them food, and a lot of times when you be hearing people clap, they would be raising money and feeding families in the neighborhood. You don't hear this. And they kept saying this damn word, revolution. What the hell? What is revolution? And this word was strange to me. Clap, 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 clap. And they said for the revolution and stuff, and they was talking about the women and how, we can't, the women would say, to me, nut shit, and we're gonna let the brothers take our strength, and we gotta build out, own strength. And I'm like, shit, let that brother carry that damn water. Let the brothers run them dogs. They want to be running some dogs and stuff, But I came from that, Cinderella background, where Prince Charming will come along and do the everything for you. And I don't know why at that age I was still believing in Cinderella and all that shit. I ain't never met, that like that and was born. But the people were coming more and more and more, and the police was coming. And after a while, Inspector Fensel told everybody to look at the people up on the platform. There was a Puerto Rican brother named Carlos, and whatever he'd be saying in Puerto Rican, and that shit just sound good to me. I know that what he was saying. Spanish, Spanish, but it sounds powerful, And I'm like, I love power. I didn't know what it was before, but I realized I'm hearing some powerful stuff now, and and they was talking about, when the confrontations were coming, because, the urban removal was happening right there in Powelton Village, and white folks would get together and get people out of them homes. And so a lot of the fights was when it came to a move house. And, where people had squatted on houses, because people were squatting all over Powelton Village at that time. Reeve was getting a squat on one. But she squatted on one up in Germantown and got it. I keep referring to Nita because Nita comes from that Jeanette Knighton, era. And if I'm missing something, help me out here. I'm listening to everything, and then they said that they wanted to run their dogs. And then it was explained to us, about all them dogs. I'm saying, why the hell would anybody get all them damn dogs and them cats, up around their house, like that? And don't you know it's a health hazard? Right, move rats. They were not move rats. But the dogs came from people who brought a dog, for their children, for their birthday, and the dog, God knows, the cat scratched the furniture, or the dog pooped one time too many, and they would put them out. And Move was going around in the park, and they were bringing dogs in where, because a dog will follow you back home, and where people had actually tied them to a tree, and the rope actually grew into, and some of the dogs would be like bones. They would go and rescue, because John Africa teaches Move people to have respect and revere all forms of life without exception. And, so they would bring them back, and then a lot of people said, look, Move, I got this darn dog, I can't take it no more, here. So they wound up with all these dogs, and what they would do, they would nurse them back to health, they would find, homes for them. But after a while, it was like, when people found an animal refuge, and, they get these, dogs and cats or ponies or whatever, and at one point, and they look cute, and then when you find out you got to do some work to take care of them, they, throw them out or take them, to the SPCA. Well, Move was that, for people in Powelton Village. That's how all the dogs and cats was there. It was dispelling a whole lot of different myths, lies, myths, and lies that, was told about Move. And I'm telling you, it was people, on the media, on the news media that day, May 21st, 77, media was just all over everywhere. And Inspector Fensel made an agreement with Move to allow them to run the dogs around the corner. And it was putting out to people why they had taken that stand. Because no longer will they want to allow the police, this government, to come. If you want to come talking, we'll talk. If you want to come, you know, with your blackjacks beating, maiming, then they pulled up these baseball bats. They said, well, come the hell on with it, right? And I was like, oh, wow, you know. Then they were saying, you know, that, you know, and they was giving the whole history of the murders and things, you know. And this is it. If you want to do it now, we want to do it now so the whole wide world can see. And also, anyway, when Chucky Africa and Eddie and them got down off the platform to run the dogs, and you know, the cops grabbed Chucky at the corner. He was the youngest. Chucky must have been about 14 or 15 years old. And they took him. And Move was staying on the platform. You know, they wanted Chucky back. And we all started chanting. And the neighbors in the area, everybody was caught up in, you know, we want Chucky back, we want Chucky back. And here again, these monks, they done lied again in front of everybody. Everybody saw it. So how could they just lie like that? This is my feeling. You know why? You know, how could they get away with this? And so then, you know, later on, you know, all the cops came and they started telling people to go home. And, you know, people say, we are home, you go home. And, you know, and then you had people in the community saying, yo, Move. And this is a cop right over here. This motherfucker here busted me, you know. So then, you know, you would expose them, then they would get out. Then it was like these flower trucks that was on the corner. And the people in the community would say the same thing. And Move kept saying this thing, M1, M1, you know, and they was telling the cops, they said, you know, this is our community. You know, MFers, oh, here I go, MFers. Motherfuckers, you know, y'all are just like you were in Vietnam. And you know, you were surrounded then and you were surrounded now. And I'm looking around and it's like, whoa. And because you know, you would see Move up on rooftops, you would see them in your back alleys and stuff. They was feeding life. And you know, you would see them somewhere everywhere. You didn't know who was Move and who wasn't really. And because you seen, because I found out, you know, that day, and that you know, you don't know what you're looking at. And you have the above ground chapter, which is the confrontational chapter. And you know, to confront this system, they were there. And anyway, I remember the cops looking around, looking all behind them, and they was definitely surrounded. So they told everybody we had to get off the corner, and they started pushing people. And I remember running across the street and getting refuge in this house that was directly across from Move. And I got up on the second floor, and you can look right down on Move. And there was this elder gentleman there, Mr. What the heck? Do you remember that? His name?
No, shoot. What is his name?
Were you talking about the Monsignor?
No, the older guy that lived right across. Yeah. And I wound up in the building where he was at, and he was looking out the window as the nighttime was going on.
No.
Mr. Will get it in a minute. You know, this is my sister Sue Africa, and I, you know. She saved my life on a lot of occasions, but I'm going to tell you about the one that she saved my... See, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Sue Africa, for real. And I didn't have sense enough to know that I was dying. She came and saved me. And Cheryl can attest to that one, yeah. But anyway, you know, I'm up there with him, and he's telling me stories. He said, Dad, look at them children. Well, you know, we were all basically around the same age, you know, and like right now it's 62, it's 65, and I look around and I see a lot of people. To me, I would say, my children, and but you're grown. Okay, that's my witch doctor. But he would say, you know, them children, he was saying how good they were, and he knew them all by name. And you know, he remembered when Sue had her baby, he remembered Dee Dee and when she had her kids, and you know, he was talking about all the good stories. And you know, he said, you know, he was telling me about the night that they killed Janine's baby. And he said he was sitting there in the window, and he happened to look down the street. He saw the cop cars coming. Before then, he saw Move, and he said they was letting him out of jail. And he said, oh, no, Chuck Africa, you know, he liked Chucky's, you know, youthfulness, his wildness, you know. He said Chucky was there, and he said they let them all out, you know, they was getting off the bus and people was coming to greet them, and then you seen the cop cars coming. He said, you seen them have them on the corner, and they started talking. And he says, and then they just started beating them, and you know, clubbing them. He said he had to turn around, look, he saw Janine, and coming out, she had the baby. And he was like, he said his heart dropped, he said, because he saw the cops come moving right over on her. And they grabbed Janine, and the baby fell down to the ground, and you know, the cop kicked the baby wife down. Janine, you know, grabbed her baby, who, you know, he said it had to be dead, and ran into the house. So, you know, I'm sitting there like, oh shit. And because, you know, I had a whole nother, you know, take on this, you know, and he was saying how they had beat Jerry so bad and doubled him so bad that, you know, they stumped him, they kicked him. He said he went to reach for his phone to call the police, but damn, this was the police. You know, so who do you call? What do you do? He's sitting there, you know, can't do anything. And then, you know, the following day you read in the paper, he was telling me about how, you know, MOVE was doing a lot of things for the community, and people just didn't understand. And you know, because of media, and the fact of how MOVE came to a demonstration. And MOVE was cool until you try to flip the script. MOVE had information to put out, you know, about life, and they wasn't allowing nobody to block them off from telling the story, you know, putting out the information of John Africa. And that's how they got in a lot of confrontations at the school board, and you know, at the Board of Education, at the reservoir, Puppy Powers, the zoo, the this, to that, and you know, and you know, turned as crazy, because this is how. Look, you know, I gave you an example, a today example. Look what they're trying to do with Trayvon.
Oh,
Same thing. They never changed. And you know, look, but you know, all the way down the line, you know, it's the same thing. And but you know, these people kept talking about John after this, John after that, and you know, this brother, you know, this elder, he knew John Africa, and you know, he started telling me stories about John Africa, you know, and you could see the streets getting full and full. MOVE was putting out information, and the thing that really struck me while they were putting out information, and the cops was where we was at, it was a fire truck there. And what do you call it, the cherry picker, when they go all the way up, and the cop had his head, you know, aiming at the children, all the way on the rooftops, you know, all around there, and the information is just coming through. I'm hearing everything that they're saying. I'm hearing everything that this man is saying to me.
Mr. Wallace.
Mr. Wallace. Yes. Wow. And Mr. Wallace was saying, and you know, and you know, then, you know, I don't know, and you know, I all of a sudden, you know, I found myself in the middle of the street, coming into the street, you know, telling people to come on and move, saying, you know, go back, and people had broke down the barricade, and we all ran and jumped on the platform, you know, with MOVE. And because MOVE had not only touched me, they touched me that day, but it was a whole lot of other people they had touched years before, because people knew who they were, and they knew what the government was doing to them. And you know, they wasn't brainwashed, and you know, like I was, and with the system. And that night, you know, the people just broke down. I mean, you know, when I say people, black people, white people, lawyers, doctors, it was some of everybody that lived right there in Powelsonville. Drexel was on one side of the street. The neighbors, you know, was a guy who used to beat his wife unmercifully. And he was talking to me that night, and he told me how MOVE stopped him from that sickness. And you know, how his wife would go over there and talk with MOVE. Something, I got a whole different, you know, view. And I'm looking at these babies who not howling and screaming and crying. They had the most defiant look, like, yeah, come on with it. And the women and the men was like putting out this information in the face of all of this. And then here I come, you know, they just, you know, John Africa spirit, MOVE spirit, whatever it was, blam, right into the middle of the street, telling people, come on. And we jumped on the platform, and, you know, the cops, and not because, see, John Africa is so strategic. When he picked the area for this confrontation, with the government, and you know, because you know, sure, if you put out the truth, they're gonna come after you. But strategically, this area was right here, And you had Drexel, and they had years and years to deal with even the college students and all who knew about MOVE, because MOVE was the one who stopped the people in the neighborhood from beating the students up. And that was simply behind the fact that people knew and that they could trust MOVE. And what MOVE was explaining to people, that these college students that was dropped into the midst of this war zone, they don't know what's going on here. They're victims. And their parents sent them here for an education. They don't know nothing about they're taking black folks' homes and things like that. So they stopped them from fighting each other and got a camaraderie going, with co-ops and different things, in the area. But the cops backed off that night. And the following day in the newspaper, Police Commissioner O'Neill said that rhetoric doesn't disturb us. MOVE had the right to bear arms on their own property. Let MOVE speak. Rhetoric doesn't disturb us. There's that word again. And but what they were saying, MOVE was in their rights to stand there and defend themselves. They had the right to bear arms on their own property. Well, people was rallying and everybody was feeling all good about what was happening. Then the following day, and here they came up with arrest warrants, and 2 days later that they was going to arrest MOVE and for a riot. There was no riot here. No riot. Just, all the crap that they, write up. Again, people, came in and, MOVE was, actually, I found out later, because I thought that I was coming to be one of the people that was coming to save MOVE, when I found out that I was saved. I was saved. And, because all that bull that I learned, that I knew before, and from that night on, was being washed out my brain. And I was seeing something different. I didn't come on to be a revolutionary. I didn't come on to be a supporter of MOVE. I came out as a woman who saw something that happened on the corner, and it was wrong, and I wanted to tell people that, what Police Commissioner O'Neill said was right. And, MOVE hadn't did anything. MOVE had the right to do that, and I thought, like a lot of other people thought, that you had the right to do that. And, but I found out that I got beat up, locked up, thrown in jail, thrown out of jail, all for telling the truth. And, MOVE was giving me that strength, because anytime you can stand off against the government the way MOVE did, and this belief that they had in this man, John Africa, to put him in a position like that, and I still wasn't there, but I didn't realize the guy I was going to marry, he told me, he said, you're going to move, man. I said, get the hell out of here. All I'm doing is this. He said, you're listening to him. And he says, don't. You're going to make me fire you. I was working for him. And, Brotherhood Service Group, he was my director, And I was like, fire me for what? Because what was happening, my youth groups were coming up there, and we would be taking pictures in front of the platform, and they were hearing, and they were going back teaching in their community. We were bringing more youth up, so I got fired, and just so many things happening to us because we were finding out, and with the lie was being erased from our head and being replaced with the truth. And not only was it that, but you had to back up to stand up and deal with the situation. And I was mothered by MOVE. And mom, two different things. I was, that's my mom, she's my mother. But I was mothered. And my mom and us come from the same place. And we believed in, at that point, we believed in the system. And thinking that what we see on TV is right. Have a conversation with some people, and my mom friends, Fox 29. They see nothing wrong with Fox 29. And do people here know what's wrong with Fox 29?
Racist network theory.
Racist, but we don't, they don't know, like I didn't know, and nothing has actually changed, except that they're putting more and more people to sleep. And what John Africa have us doing, see, this is not a tribute to Pam Africa. This is a tribute to John Africa, and what John Africa has done for me, and and my children, and all my friends who was touched by it, and that strength, that commitment to fight, And I remember when I was locked up, and the first time I got locked up, and when I went up to the prison, and Move people was down there in the vent. I never had to bend over or any of that stuff, because Move had set the groundwork before I got there, and and people, and what people see and like in me, I got from Move. And my niece right there who know me from back then, and I'll know that it came from Move, it came from John Africa. The 1977, the blockade, how many people familiar with when Rizzo put a blockade around Move? And that blockade, they said they was putting a blockade around Move because they did not want Move to escape.
Right.
Move said, we not going no damn where, we home.
Okay.
If you want, only way you got to drag us out of here. But what was happening by them putting that force, because Move had the guns out one day. But every day you turned the news on, there was Move with the weapons, and people were getting off the bus, coming here to see, and for the first time, it was one-on-one with Move. And the support was getting bigger and bigger, and people was coming outside the country because, they was like, well, what the hell was going on over there?
Right.
They were coming to see, and they said, whoa, we done made a mistake here. And we done opened Pandora's box here.
Right.
And we got to block Move in. And and block the people out.
Right,
and
right.
I never forget them saying that righteousness will never betray Move as long as you continue to do what's right and you follow the the direction of the coordinator. And it was right to take that stand. And they were saying when Move said when John Africa would say when you needed numbers. And the numbers will always be there. And I'm telling you, I've seen it through the years in some of the most unbelievable, situations. And like that night, and all those people that, took their lives on the line because, Kent State did happen. Attica did happen.
Right,
all these things, and Move put it all out there. These things happened, and people went in between. They had the guns aimed down, but it stopped. And there they were before the world. Move was never on trial. Mumi is not on trial. We are. It's what are we going to do?
Jeez. Right.
What are we going to do
Jeez.
about what it is that we see?
Right.
That night, Jeanette Knighton, may she rest in peace. Pam Africa. Pam Africa. And Jeanette Patton.
What about the petition?
The petitions, which one? Time I got beat up? That's that story for tomorrow. You got that? Yeah. Because, we all got stories. But, I did get beat up, I formed a group called Citizens to Ensure Justice for Move. And I remember Move saying, I said, well, I'm a Move sympathizer, and I was so proud of that name. And, until I found out what a sympathizer was. And a sympathizer is somebody like, that's a shame what happened to them. And I named myself sympathizer, right? And, and they gave me the information. I was not a sympathizer. I was a supporter. Right. And, and there's a difference. And, True. And my thing was to go and tell all the community about what was going on. And, my house wound up being a house that one sister by the name of Alicia Chabaz said, you got a damn war, potential war happening up here in your house. And I said, what are you talking about? She said, you got every kind of Muslim that's in here, every kind of everything that's in your house, and all. They warned with each other, but when they came there, everything was put aside, and everybody was there for Move. And, to see what it is that we could do about Move. I never knew that, other than them saying, and, in fact, I always thought it was one Muslim. And, you wasn't supposed to like it, But come to find out, it was all these different kinds of Muslims, and, people came with some wild ideas. They were saying all Move have to do is paint their fence, and, cut their hair off, the government will leave them alone. And, I'd run to Move because I don't fucking know. Excuse me, I don't know. And, I go to Move and they said, all you got to do is paint the fence and stuff, put some flowers up here, cut y'all hair and, put a suit on or something, and then everything will be okay. They looked at me like I was out my damn mind. So, but what they did, they gave me information. because they knew I didn't know. They knew I was a fool, you know. They knew that. And, you know, and I still hadn't got with them Panthers yet, you know. And it was Move who exposed me to the Panthers, and because in doing the work around Move, and you know, and seeing the love that Move had for everybody that came there, no matter what level you were on. And you know, Move had the understanding, because one thing, everybody who came to Move came from here. Came from the same thing that I came from. Some of them had, you know, another level of knowledge, and some of them, you know, didn't. But we all came from different walks of life. But what we all got from John Africa, and I got through Move members, was the love and the understanding, and you know, the how to work with people, and on whatever level that they're on, and you know, because we definitely not all on the same level.
True.
And you know, and I didn't think I was a racist, and you know, although you know our insurance man, I thought his name was Chink. I really did. His name wasn't Chink. My father was called. Here comes Chink. Isn't that Chink? You know, I didn't know, and I used to call him Mr. Chink. And you know, but you know, Puerto Ricans that speaks and stuff like that, you know, that's the kind of language and things that we had. And, you know, Move just took all that sickness, you know, out. And, you know, that whole thing about, you know, miseducation, and truly educate us. And I remember my godmother saying one day, she said, your brain, you have been brainwashed. And I went and I told Move what he said. And they said, you know, yes it is. And all that systematic sickness is being washed out your brain. The brain is being washed clean. And this is the fear of this government. And you know, that's why they always tell me, oh, she brainwashed. Once you start peeping them, they say, oh, your ass is brainwashed. You know, you're getting that sickness out. And I had that, ooh, you know, they said, I'm being brainwashed. I'm not being brainwashed. Yes, I am. And you know, to get that sickness out. But that's where I also learned how to deal with all kinds of people. And when I went to jail, and I was treated so nice. When I got to my cell, I had curtains on the window. You know, I had bananas. I had the best grapes. I had oranges. I had all kinds of potato chips, and fiddle faddles is what I used to like. They made sure I had a lot of fiddle faddles, and in there, this was the mistake that they made again, and they made that mistake with Ramona too. And because Move was in jail, we got on the platform, you know, you got to talk with people. There's a whole lot of people there, all, you know, trying to find out, you know, what's happening. When they sent me to jail, I wound up in jail with all the Move women. And, you know, where you got a one-on-one. And, you know, my mom used to carry my bags. And, you know, because I was too weak. And so I thought. And, you know, because I was very sickly. And it was nothing for me to stand there and wait for my mom to open the damn door and carry the shit in. And I'll carry the smallest bag. And you know, that's how sickly I was. And you know, running. And I had been in a car accident too. And my foot was, remember the car accident of mine where my knee was shattered? And they performed several operations on me. They had really messed me up real bad. And my foot was about this far off the ground. And he was talking about making a shoe with one of those lifts on it. And that confrontation happened on the corner. And I'm telling you, look at the car. I was like, you know, the car got to be here. Open the door, let me in, take me where I'm going, let me get out, you know. You know, at that point. You know, but Move, being, you know, that I'm thinking that I got to do something to save them. And, you know, I remember, people would see tears coming down my face because my leg was hurting so bad, but it had to go beyond that. And, you know, beyond the hurting of the leg, and to do what it is that I had to do. I didn't know that I was getting stronger and stronger. This was the first winter that I was out in the street. This was one of the coldest winters. I'm having snowball fights. We're going and shoveling people, you know, sidewalks, because that's what Move used to do, and they could no longer do it. We was running around dragging Christmas trees, you know, to move, and wood and stuff. And I don't remember when my leg hit the ground. And but you know, walking from my home to City Hall, walking from my home over to 16th Street where my sister lived at, where my niece lived at, she's like a sister. And you know, and all of a sudden I'm running, and guess what else? And I got muscles. I got muscles in my veins, and I'm running, and I remember them saying, about that strength that you had to have, and it felt good being healthy. It felt good being strong,
Right.
And but what Moo was telling us too, that a lot of people have muscles, a lot of people can run, a lot of people can eat raw food, but until you get this right,
Come on.
you ain't doing nothing.
Okay.
You're doing something, but it all got to work together. It's one thing, right? And that winter, there was no cold, and I'm out there in blizzards in the snow, and with Abdul, and all of us, shoveling snows and things, and I'm beginning to meet people, and I'm beginning to meet some Panthers. Oh, all right. That ain't bad, I'm getting to meet some Muslims, and my best friend turned out to be a sister by the name of Elisha Bashabaz. And she's passed now. And but she was such a wonderful person. Then I'm meeting, communists, David Richardson, and I'm meeting him. I'll never forget, I had this fear of, and I didn't realize I had this fear, because I was allowed to do radio programs. I was going on radio programs. And I used to be so scared. People didn't know. I used to be so scared going on those programs. I'm going to tell you about my two daughters, Rose and Pixie. Yeah, and I had Bill and Kevin, and I had Rose and Pixie. A lot of people know Pixie, and they know Rosie. Most people know Pixie because Rosie was married and from me. And, Pixie has 4 children now. Rosie had 4, 2 boys, 2 girls, and none of them have ever gone to school, within the system. They go to our school, School of Life. And they all are loved and respected around the world. And, John F. just set examples. And, I'm proud to be one of those examples of resistance to what is wrong, with this system. And,
No, that one was mine.
Well, now we have 3 sisters here who are going to ask Pam some questions about her life, and then if we have some time, we'll open up to all of y'all. And but I just want to remind you, tomorrow we'll even go more extensively into the life of Pam Africa. So
everybody else.
Yeah, and Pixie, her daughter, will speak. Kevin, her son, will speak, and many other people. Ramona will speak. But I'm going to start with Arisha.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Pam. There was a point in your life that you went underground and the public knew you as Jeanette Knighton. Right. And you resurfaced as Pam Africa. Can you talk more about that personal political transformation during that time? And also, as a follow-up question, if you could look back now on Jeanette, what similarities do you still have with her? No. And what did you leave behind?
I don't have no similarities with Jeanette now. That door, I love Jeanette, but I really love Pam Africa, because Pam, I had something to give. I had something to give then, but I had a lot of confusion as well, because the youth that I was teaching then, I was teaching them to be a part of this system, because my fear that I had of the Panthers, that I had of people that was doing, things that was truly against this government, I took that to them, and I took, the whole thing of like, you gotta get in the government, you gotta, you gotta vote, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I was, one time, we took over a voting rank, school, because they was gonna mess up with, with the machines. And, I got locked up, beat up and everything, behind, the vote. And, and when it came time for those people who I stood on that front line for, I stood by myself, not with them. The move was there for me. So I went through a hell of a transition from a Miss Wannabe to, you know, oh, hell no, that ain't me. And, you know, that could never be me again. And, you know, no way. And what is,
The first part, like
Underground.
the underground, you was underground.
oh, I was on a move activity at that particular time. They had dropped the bomb on the family, and I was already on the activity. And this is Buck Africa. Oops. Yeah. At that time, you know, we had Rose and Pixie, and we had to be protected. I came up, who gave me the name Pam? You know, and as I'm underground, when I was underground, when I came back above ground, that was because of Mumia. And, you know, because we heard that the government was getting ready to sign a death warrant on Mumia. The activity of Mumia was an activity, was a sanctioned activity was given to me and all group members, and by John Africa, but especially it was mine. Like Ramona Africa have a certain, she's Minister of Information, and my sister Sue Africa, Alberta Africa, and you know, who have been viciously beaten, and you know, the wife of John Africa, they were ministers of education. They are ministers of education, and truly, and they is what really keep us all grounded, and you know, because when we don't realize that we don't go on talking crazy, and you know, they have the teachings, to bring us back, and you know, make us true mothers, true fathers, and you know, good wives, and you know, what y'all see y'all like, you know, that comes from, you know, the teachings of John Africa.
Would I call upon Jamila Wilson, please?
So, Pam, you represent or serve as a leader of an international movement, as a woman, this leader of an international woman. Can you talk a bit more about the women that have influenced you, particularly in your development?
Right. I remember sitting on the platform, and Janet Africa and Merle Africa was saying, you know, look, you know what, girl? She said, you know, got to tell you something. You know, the situation with women, we got to deal with that. John Africa teaches women. There's no mistake that you see move women out here. Our men are very strong. But you always see men on the front ground. Our activity is to bring out and be an example, to women of the strength that we possess. And you know, a lot of people, you know, as women, will not take that other step. But that example that the coordinator said, I'm telling you, a lot of children today, you know, in the women prisons, is safe, because of women inside that prison. Because we're not, you know, and look, we do not have that, you know, that women's rights thing, you know, that's not what I'm talking about. You know, I'm talking about the equality, you know, of man and woman. As no, you know, lesson, you know, or, you know, we all have our roles. You know, we had babies, you know, and, you know, our men, remember I was telling you, you know, and I hope I don't be too wordy, you know, our men, remember I was telling you about the men will be seen, you know, with the children, you know, with John Africa teaching, this is all our roles, you know, we all work together, and, you know, to bring forth, you know, a unity, a family, you know, it's everybody working together. And it's no mistake that you see women on that front line, that's to encourage more women, to step up, you know, and not be more than your man, but, you know, work together, your potential, because the prisons are full of our men, you know, and we cannot be confused in what our role is, our role is not to suck up and kiss up to this government, because they don't have no answers for us, or, you know, our families that's in these prisons. And also, you know, that's the role of women, you know, be good mothers, you know, and, you know, a lot of people have this thing about women, that, you know, you gotta, you know, just go to school, you know, get yourself a job, you know, the hell with motherhood, make you think that it's something, you know, small, but it takes a strong woman to raise a good man.
Talk to me.
Yeah, it takes a strong, you know, and, you know, our children need the mothers. And you know, they keep sending our children off from, you know, starting from kindergarten and then something under that. And now you see our women taking our babies from the time they come out and taking to some stranger. You know, and you know, they can't have that love that a mother can give, you know. So, you know, and you can fight at the same time and you can work at the same time.
Tanae Harris.
Mama Pam, how have you been able to love unconditionally through everything you've been through? You have revolutionary love, you have love for the people, love of God, love for your family, and also loving someone that experiences all of that.
What coordinated toward move people is that you got to love yourself first. And you know, and when you love yourself, you can go outside you, but I'm saying, you know, when, you know, not that superficial bull, okay? You say, I really love myself. That's by, you know, what you put on your body, and you know, how well you're doing in this or that, and you know, when you love yourself, you have to love your man, and you know, and it's like being right, and you know, working to be right, and you know, for all people. I'm telling you, look, I told you, Attica, what kind of fucking love was that? Excuse me. You know, what kind of love was that? You know, when you couldn't see, you know, the murders and things that was happening to people. You know, my children, Bill and Kevin, I feel so sorry for, you know, I was not their mother coming up, because I was taught that, you know, you got to give them things, you know, and although we had these programs that we were putting together for the children, you know, you get sort of lost within there, you know, and doing things, and moved, kept me on track, you know, I didn't know that I wasn't a good mother, you know, even in moving then, I didn't know that I wasn't a good mother, you know, but Move had the love and the understanding to work through that, and love my children. You know, because they knew the mama was lost, you know, you don't come there, you know, all of a sudden come to Move, and you know something, you know how to, you know, like do it, you know, and it's a, you know, mistakes that, you know, a lot of mothers make, you know, and, you know, giving our children things in place of ourselves, and you know, the superficial love that we have for men, and you know, because, you know, I got to work with someone who is working, to free all life, and you know, and if you're not there, and you know, which, you know, I don't pretend to be perfect, you know, I am a work in progress, and I'm a work in progress, and you know, and I thank God that, you know, I have moved, because, you know, a lot of people get out here and, you know, their heads swell and, you know, run off, you know, and you say, how come you're not like that? Could move before you to the side, and you know, and give you a lesson. I remember real quick one day I was up there, you know, talking about somebody that was on drugs, and you know, and said, how fucked up that is, you know, don't they care for their stuff, so forth and so on. And so you talk about the damn drug addict in you, the addict in you. Anytime, you know what I'm saying, you know, don't they know that that'll kill them? And they said, don't you know if you don't eat raw food, you know what's right, but you don't do it. You know, you got to have a level of understanding, for people on where they're at. And you can't bring nobody closer to you if you're up here and keeping them down there. You know, we all have, it's not a person that's in this room that ain't some kind of damn addict for the system. Whether you're an addict for politics, whether you're an addict for food, whether you're an addict for movies, clothes, you know, when you know you should be doing something else. But we all have that thing where we sit down and look down on somebody else. I'm sitting here smoking a damn cigarette, talking about somebody on drugs and don't know what to do for themselves.
Drinking coffee.
I don't smoke no more. Drinking coffee, you know, whatever it is. We're all addicted to the insanity of the system. And until we start looking at ourselves first, you can't do nothing to somebody else out here, have any kind of understanding of where somebody else is at. And Move give you good love. There's none of that superficial, artificial, because look here, I'm telling you, look, they will, give you information that, will really deal with your personality, because our personalities is messed up because it comes from the system. And we will fight to protect them personalities. Oh, no, I'm not like that. No. And then, what they do, because everybody within MOVE. From the smallest child to the oldest one will come to you and tell you what your damn problems is. And you can sit there all you want, but when you have a baby coming and telling you that you have a certain problem that you went above yourself or whatever, and you have to listen. And and you humble. And and you want to do what's right. And you can't hide and move. You can't hide. And you have these problems. And it's best to talk and get them up and confront them. But we all want to hold on to that shit. We all want to hold on to it. And I'm no exception. And I got meetings and stuff on me all the time. And what I'm saying, I'm a work in progress. And I'm still in me. And because my desire is to do nothing but be right. My desire is to be around people who would checkmate me. And that's what I love about being in MOVE. And they don't fear dealing with that personality going toe to toe and fighting it, for the sake of love. And because if MOVE didn't love you, they wouldn't spend that time with you.
Okay. Let me ask, do one of our sister panelists have another follow-up question? Oh, go ahead, Arisha.
You're a mother, a mentor, like when we look back on Pam Africa 30 to 50 years from now, what would you like to be most remembered as?
Pam Africa, warrior woman, minister of confrontation. Well, already grandmother, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, and I want all those numbers to multiply. Well, the mother part can't. Not my fault. Mama got something to do with that. But as a person who really, really wanted to, and God knows I hope 100% that because you never know, and I hope I remain strong enough, and and I know MOVE will keep that grip on me, and and I hope I never go insane and try to move away from it, and so I want to be 30, 40, 50 years from now, Pam Africa, Minister of Confrontation, for the MOVE organization, Pam Africa, MOVE member, Pam Africa, who loved John Africa, and who loved life, and all life, and have a 30 or 50 year more understanding of how to truly love.
You'll be a young girl then.
Yeah.
Could you explain the origin of the word MOVE?
It was just that activity, move, and if you're moving, you're not standing still. If the water stopped, if the sun stopped, what will happen? There will be no more.
That's right.
So MOVE belief is to move as the sun, move as the wind, move as the moon, to continue. Because if it ever stopped, if Mama ever stopped cleaning up the filth that we keep allowing this system to poison our air, if she ever deserted us the way we deserved her by not doing what's right and fighting the people that's causing the poison in the air, fighting the people that's causing the poison in the water, the soil, the thing to stop mothers from being mothers, fathers from being fathers, and to move is to move with one with life in order to continue that flow of life. That's what MOVE is.
Long live John.
I'd like to acknowledge Teresa Africa here. I've already acknowledged Sue Africa over here. Michael Abdul over here. And Maria. Okay. And I'd like to acknowledge some of our revolutionaries from back in the day. My brother Reggie Shell. Chairman of the Black Panther Party here. Barbara Cox, Black Panther Party, Philadelphia National. Von King, Chicago branch of the Black Panther Party.
And we all close. We love themselves. And Reggie's son.
Yes, and Reggie's son. Well,
doctor?
Who's the witch doctor?
Black is no better. Black is no better.
Are there any other questions that you would have?
I
to ask?
move it out.
Yes, Shashina.
Peace, Sister Pam. I feel like I'm sitting at your feet. You know,
No.
communicating.
We always do.
It's not the same thing as being able to sit and hear you speak about your life, and it's touched me in a very special way. So thank you. But I wanted to ask you, what would you advise younger sisters who are doing this work how to balance motherhood and staying active?
Well, I'm fortunate enough to have a family that truly helped me balance, you know, the two, and keep me, you know, really balanced. And but your priority is your children. Your priority is your children, and doing what is right by your children, and spending as much time as you can. You're not in move, and you know. Spending as much time as you can with your children, and you know, bringing your children around me. Around other move people, and you know, people, you know, because a lot of us who's in the movement, and you know, a lot of our children can attest to, you know, having mothers or fathers, you know, in a movement. And you're constantly out there going, trying to do what's right for them, and we miss them. We miss them, and you know, a lot. So, you know, bring them with you, you know, and know how to balance that, you know, part of having them with you, you know, because there's nothing no more important than children, and you know, you have to chime in here?
Well, just would add to that
this is my Sioux Africa. This government went after my sister like nobody else.
raise children and then get their heart broke because their children end up going contrary to them into like politics or different things. And a lot of times that happens because the child resents the parent for feeling that the movement is more important than them. And that can cause a lot of problems. Our children never feel that. That's why we've had very, very few children ever leave us. And that's a hard thing to do because you have to really, really understand what John Africa taught us, how important your child is, and to make that child always feel truly loved and truly important and truly first. And I mean, when the child feels that, they will not grow up and resent the parent, because we don't really have that stuff in move like the teenagers who, you know, I'm not going to tell my parent this, and I'm going to go out this and do this to spite my, that's all I did when I was a teenager. Because I resented my parents so much because I felt like they were this. Don't do as I do, do as I say. And I grew up resenting that. I mean, all my life I heard, don't ever judge a person on their color. Then when I got pregnant from a black man, my parents went crazy. And I remember the day, like 40, 50 years ago, I'm like, whatever happened? Don't ever judge a person on their color. I mean, I was truly confused. I really was, because I heard this all my life. But it was just words. It wasn't real. It wasn't the action. You gotta be real. You can't be a phony. You gotta really believe in what's right, and you gotta demonstrate it to your kids, because a child is very smart. There's nothing smarter than a child. That's why our children will come right on up to us, and if we're doing something wrong, they will tell you about it. And they are encouraged to do that. They are encouraged to do that. No, you're being disrespectful, go to your room. That does not exist in the MOVE organization. You tell the truth, and the parent has to be just as strong and able to take correction, not criticism. We don't believe in criticism. Correction. Because criticism is designed to put down and cause insecurity. Correction is coordinated to make you right and be right with love. With love and understanding. But you gotta be real, you can't be a phony, and your child got to feel that you truly believe in what you say you believe, and then to back it up with application. And then your child will love you and respect you, because you're true. And the truth stands alone. And that's why I moved, you know, our children, you know, they pretty much stick with us. We've had a few that have been lured out there, but not too many. Not too many. So that's pretty much, you know, my advice. Long live John Adams.
Any other questions? Anyone else? Yes, Omi.
Yes, my Bessie may not be able to come tomorrow.
This is Pam's true, for real friend, Omi.
I'd like to go get to my bedroom and say something. If she won't be able to come tomorrow, maybe Mom would like to be able to say something.
Yeah. Mama?
Yeah. You got the phone? Want to say something about Pooji?
Oh, Pooji? I'm Pooji. Oh, you're Pooji. This is real nice thing.
Say it now.
I said she's still my baby.
All right. You want to tell us about her? You want to tell us about her?
I don't know where to begin, but I know it's going to end in love in the end. That's right. So start it, baby.
Are you proud?
Huh?
Are you proud?
Yes, I am.
Right, good. You think Pinky is smiling?
Huh?
You think Pink is smiling?
Do I think Pink is smiling?
Yeah.
I hope so. I know I am. I'm happy. I'm so happy right now. There's no way of saying talk about it. I can't talk about it because I can't bring it up. Then everything started coming up to me when we go in the stores and things like that, you know. Oh.
Mother's love.
Love her to death. Yes, you are. She won't let nobody forget that either. That's
I just would like to say that Pam's mom is 86 years old. And a lot of times we don't, she may not be around for, you know, we read obituaries, but she don't have to read that about her daughter. What you all did today, and we'll do tomorrow. When I told her to come, when I told her about it, I told her to tell Pam, she was so excited. She was so excited. And he said, I know Pam's mother was still alive. So I want her to be here to let you all know that Pam came from a strong woman, just like she is. And she could not be who she is without my Bessie here. So I'm glad that she's able, that we can look at these two together today, not in obituary, but in honor. Because we give people roses after they're gone, you know, and let her smell on roses now while she can smell them.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.